Hi guys, hi everybody, and welcome to another session of PROCESIO Community Updates. My name is Julian, I'm the head of community here at PROCESIO, and I'm here today with Andrei, our product owner.
Hi, Julian.
So
And hi, everyone.
thanks for joining, Andrei. We've had quite a run in the past month, so glad to be meeting in this format again and giving people some updates. So we have a few things that we prepared for today. Our team has been working hard on new features. One of which, the most important one, is the API key authentication. That's a really key one that I think many of you will be happy to know how it works and to actually put it in practice on PROCESIO, because it allows to connect to any external systems. But also we have a few other ones, save action as a template. We have a web scrapping example that I understood, Andrei, you're going to go through. And I'm also going to mention a few use cases at the end, since we'd like to just show you actually what can you do with PROCESIO, right? What does the tool do? So just to actually give a little intro about PROCESIO, maybe for those of you that are joining for the first time, what is actually PROCESIO? PROCESIO is a no-code, low-code integration platform as a service for building custom automation and integration software. So let's say that you, as a founder or as an enterprise software company, for example, if you'd like to create integrations, but you don't have the time or the resources or the skills to build custom software from scratch, then this is what PROCESIO stands for, right? It provides you a professional, scalable, and flexible platform to build custom integrations visually through a drag and drop builder, where you input different kind of variables. You can create data models on the platform as well. And you can build processes much easier than by having to write code from scratch. So maybe something that would be also relevant to mention is the fact that we fit very well in the model of intelligent automation. Since our platform can integrate with external systems, PROCESIO is suitable for orchestration. So orchestrating different processes with RPA, and automating in this sense. We're going to come back on this aspect a little bit more, but it's definitely good to know if you've researched the term intelligent automation recently. It's quite hype, since many organizations and companies are looking to intelligently automate their businesses and their processes with RPA and with integration software. So we'll be coming on that, but for now, I guess we'd just like to show people what we've been cooking, right, Andrei, on the platform.
Definitely so. And by saying this, let's just start with demoing. So from the very beginning, after you log into PROCESIO, in the dashboard, you will be able to see a new card. And the aim of this new card is actually to give you insights in the resources that you're consuming via our platform. As you can see from the very beginning, we have here for this workspace, which is a demo workspace, we have the professional plan. I urge you to click the change plan button just in order to see our plans. We distinguish between company plans and individual plans. So in this case, for the demo workspace, we have the professional plan. And it says here that each pack includes 50,000 actions. In our case, we would have 3 packs. So that means 3 times 50,000, 150,000 actions included as part of this plan. What I want to show, if I move on my personal workspace, you will already see that on my personal workspace, I have a free plan, while on the demo workspace, I'm on a professional plan. Furthermore, if you go on your right-hand side at the top, we have a filter. The aim of this filter is to filter the data in the card. So for instance, you can see that here numbers are changing. We aim to give you with this opportunity to track your resources in the platform. And as you can see within the demo workspace, we already consumed 2,455 actions as part of this month. We have 3 action packs. 19 processes were run during these months, and we had 4 active users. By clicking on the processes number, you will have a breakdown. You will see how many times each process was run, and you will also see the total numbers of actions that were consumed by these runs. Furthermore, uh, we have the users, and by clicking on the users pattern, we can see the active users within this month, and we can see the actions that these users consumed. Another important aspect is that with these insights, we want you to be able to optimize your processes. And why I'm saying this, because from if you go to process listing and then you go to instance view, you will be able to see your actions consumed per each instance. And by clicking on the action number, you will be able to see the actions that were consumed as part of that particular instance. So you can correlate number of actions consumed. You can definitely also see the instance. You can see how your flow looked like, and therefore you can see the actions that were consumed as part of this instance. One really important mention is the fact that start and stop and join do not count as actions consumed. So therefore, for this particular instance, we only have 3 actions consumed.
Right, and I actually just to sorry to interrupt, Andre. I had a question here from a user lately. Is it if you want to upgrade from one pack to another? Is this is possible, right? I just wanted to mention this.
Yeah, definitely right. This is possible. So you can always, I think you can always contact our support, and this should be possible with us, and we will guide you through what you need to upgrade. So you can change plans even if you're in the even if you already subscribed. So if you need more actions, just feel free to contact our sales, and we will be able to help you. All right. I hope this answers your questions, your question. And
Yeah, thank you.
moving on, as I'm in process listing, I also want to show you something really quick. Namely, we brought in a toggle button which enables you to activate the activate process. We think this is very useful, especially if you have your process being triggered from external sources. Let's say you have 10 different external sources, you don't know which those sources are anymore, and you want to deactivate without deleting something or without crashing anything. So we enable you to deactivate the process from here quite easily. As you can see, we have a message for this particular deactivation, and this I'm not going to click OK because I want to show you the behavior. The message prompts us that our process is being used in different configurations. In this particular case, we have a schedule set for this process. Namely, as you can see, we have a schedule which is set to trigger the process on 31st of October, and the schedule status is active. So now I'm going back, I'm deactivating the process, I'm confirming, and obviously what happened, the schedule was also deactivated. Now, if I want to try to activate the schedule for a disabled process, I will definitely receive an error message telling me that I cannot do that. So in other words, in order to activate a schedule, the process needs to be active. So now I activated again the process, I go back to schedules, and I will be able to activate the schedule again. Next, what I want to show you is the API capability. So from within your workspace, one will be able to navigate from settings and create API keys. As you can see, API keys that were previously created, we hash the key value for this. And for this purpose, my aim is to create an API key, which we are going to use through our Swagger in order to trigger a simple process. So let's do that together. In order to create the API key, I will have to simply click on the create button. Really quick to mention is the fact that if I navigate into a different tab, my API key value will disappear. So let's go to Swagger. In Swagger, I'm going to use my API keys that I just generated. So I'm copying the key name. I'm also copying the key value. And I'm authenticated right now. And as mentioned, I want to run a process that I already pre-built. This is just a process that sends an email. It's just this one, something simple. So let's do that. Let's go in Swagger, see the method that we need. Doing this, we need the post method, namely, and over here I have some information. It tells me that it requires the ID. So let's click on tryout. Let's go to processes, copy this ID. And additionally, because we are within a workspace, we also need the workspace. In my case, the workspace name is demo. So I'm also going to mention this. And let's execute this. 200 means it was successful and it created an instance. This is the instance ID as a response. Let's now go and check if this actually was triggered indeed via Swagger. So as you can see, the time it was already triggered and I already kind of set an email address to which the email should have been sent. And as you can see, this is the email that I received. So that's mainly it related to this feature. Why I think this feature is really important, because it enables you to trigger processes and to authenticate in PROCESIO from third-party applications via API keys. So that's fairly useful. And lastly, what I thought to show you as part of the today demo is actually two features, and I want to show them in one, namely the web scraping as well as the save action as a template. I already built a process for this purpose. However, we are going to rebuild this process together from the very beginning, also by doing some hacks, which were previously unavailable in PROCESIO. So as you can see, my call API is already pre-configured. I have saved here the credential, and also I have the method as well as the endpoint. And we can also see that we have a variable as output. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to save this as a template, this action as a template. We give it a name. All right, and we create a new folder for it. He mentioned that we want to save it with credentials. Once this is saved, we can see that it already appeared over here. And now I'm going back to creating a new process, but I'm not going to create my process from scratch because I have this call API template already saved. So I'm simply going to drag and drop this call API. I can already see from the very beginning that this call API has its credentials saved, and it's already configured having the method as well as the endpoint. And it points out to me that over here it was the template expects a variable. So let's try configure this variable. Let's add a variable. The variable is of data type model. And I'm gonna set it as output. One second, I'm gonna connect it, and I'm going to add the variable over here. Additionally, what we want to do as part of this demo, as mentioned, I want to do some web scraping. What does that mean? I want to take some information out from a website, and in this case, I built a website that has a JSON on it and contains some text. And in this text, we have some email addresses, as you can see, and we want to extract these email addresses from this website. However, we have a problem. Right now in PROCESIO, although we brought in a lot of new platform actions, date, time, string, numerical, you name it, we don't have something to extract emails particularly. We have something which is called regex validate, but this just validates if an expression is if a string is an email. So in order to do this, I'm going to upload a custom action. I think this is one of our core features, and this is the reason why I'm trying to demonstrate this. So let's do this together. What you need to do is to go to the custom actions tab. You need a Nugget package. By the way, Julian, this custom action was built by our founder Mihai. So I'm mentioning this
Yeah,
in terms
we
of
we we thank Mihai here for his contribution.
definitely. I'm mentioning this mainly because, like, if you don't want to wait after development, go do write your own code. We know
Yeah, yeah,
development is really
absolutely.
busy. They
Yeah.
do a lot. We know you're gonna see what's on our roadmap. You know you will see what's upcoming, and definitely sometimes development can't be bothered with these types of actions.
Yeah, and that's actually the good part about custom actions, right? Because you can just do it yourself when you need it. You don't need to ask for permission. Like you don't need to have we don't have an approval system that you need to ask us. Okay, can I do a custom action? Is it possible in this forum? No, you can just do it here. Upload your own custom action and just use it in any process. So it's that easy, right?
Exactly. So we are right now injecting some code into the platform. Let's see if this will work. Okay, so I have my custom action that I just built at the very top. So what this custom action does, it actually will extract from the call API, from the response of the call API, it will extract the email addresses. So right now I'm defining the string where to extract from. Then I need an regex expression in order to validate if something is an email or not. Just 1 second. I have this expression right here. And at the very end, we need to save the email addresses in a list. So I will need another variable that is of type email list, that is of type string. Will also it will be a list and will be a type output of it will be an output variable. So I configured everything right now. I hope I configured everything accordingly. Let's also name our process. I'm gonna hit save, validate the process, and run it. Let's check our instances and see what happened. So from the very beginning, we can
Success.
see. Sorry?
Or yeah, that's successful, right? If I see well.
Just give it a second. Yeah, it's successful. And right now I'm just copying in order for all of you to see. My message was recovered from the website. And then also, let's see if we successfully extracted all the email addresses. And the first email address successful. Probably we have more email addresses over here. Yes, support PROCESIO and then Marian PROCESIO. I think we have all email addresses. So we were able to extract all the email addresses from the platform.
Right. So I had a question here. Like, if can you extract this from any kind of website, or how do you? Or
Theoretically, you
how,
can do this. Definitely, you will be able to do this. However, we probably would recommend you to also use web scraping tools and integrate them through PROCESIO, through Call API. There are professional tools. You can integrate those tools, and then you can get the results and do everything that you want to do with PROCESIO. And
yeah.
obviously, if there are new features that you are interested in and relate to web scraping, we are definitely open to talk to you, receive your feedback, and add those things on our roadmap.
Awesome. Yeah.
I think this was it for the demo today. Let me know if you have any questions, or otherwise, I will pass back to you, Julian.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's awesome. Thanks so much, Andre. It's really interesting features here, and I think let me just switch the screen here. I think all these examples are just exactly the kind of stuff that we need to move forward. And some of you have been asking us for these features just because you were using them in your processes, right? So I hope this answers what you were looking for. Otherwise, we do have our roadmap where we have our upcoming features planned. So anything that you'd like to request, for example, or if you'd like to know what's coming up next, and we have that specified out there. And I'm actually just gonna paste it down here on the chat so that you have it just in case. I hope the link works. Otherwise, I have to. Let me just do it like this. .procesio.com. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the whole link in here. And we do have a question from Alex here. Can you quickly show how the API key authentication works? Yeah, if it's possible to show this again, Andre, maybe for Alex.
Yes, definitely so. So, in order to authenticate via APIs, first you will need to. I'm gonna share my screen again. First, you will need to generate. First, you will need to generate API keys. This can be done by going to Settings, API keys, and create API key. And then you can use these API keys within our Swagger or with our endpoints in order to authenticate in PROCESIO and trigger processes via API calls. So that's mainly it. If you want to authenticate via API keys within our Swagger, you just need to go on our Swagger website, webapi.procesio.app, Swagger, and over here you will need to paste the key name, key value, and then you can test all our endpoints using API authentication. So that mainly summarizes it.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's really great. I hope that makes sense. I actually had a few more things to cover. I wanted to mention that because we had a few new use cases that I think people would like to know about. So as you know, PROCESIO is an industry agnostic tool. You can apply it to on a variety of sectors. Name it, you name it, in marketing, in the energy fields, or if you'd like to build custom processes for HR departments, for example, or for sales departments. All of these apply. And the past month, we've been working on a few use cases with marketing campaigns. So I just wanted to mention a few of these. For example, if you'd like to automate marketing emails and send newsletter or drip campaigns to your customers, then this is exactly the kind of example of processes you can build with PROCESIO. So automating marketing emails is really easy by using the functionality that we have built in right there on PROCESIO. Another example that I've seen my colleagues work on is enriching data about new leads with information from different sources. And also integrating data from reviews and rewards apps, for example, to automatically provide reward points or product samples for your customers. So these are some really, I would say, standard marketing campaigns examples that many businesses need today, and you can do this with PROCESIO right now. Also, we have a few examples from the energy field. So it's a little bit more industrial. That's because our background is in this field, but it's still very useful, and it can be applied to other sectors as well. Let's say that if you'd like to change suppliers, and if you'd like to notify your customers that you're changing from one entity to another, or transferring some data. In this case, it could be, for example, distribution data. Then you can do this, for example, as well with PROCESIO. So transferring this kind of information from one CRM system to another, from CRM or ERP systems, this is possible. And also automating payment reminders. Let's say that your customers have overdue payments. You'd like to notify them on time. They have some specific communication channels that they typically use. you can integrate these specific communication channels and send them notifications via their preferred channels. So this is another use case that we have explored with PROCESIO, and that is possible to do right now. And also a newcomer, something more interesting, is in RPA, in robotic process automation. We have recently been more active in this area. One example would be how to orchestrate robots to perform specific tasks in business workflows. So, for example, you could trigger and optimize these robots to perform tasks that you would like, to switch on and off processes, for example. And that's about as much as I can give on this side, but do reach out for us for more questions on the RPA use cases. They're really interesting and valuable for us, and I'm sure that many of you will have some interest as well. So that's about the use cases from my side. Really interesting stuff, and we will be able to show you more visually what we mean about. We will follow up on this on the coming months. So to actually give you examples of flows in RPA, for example, or in marketing campaigns, we'll follow up on this and show you visually how it works on PROCESIO. Another thing that's been happening on the past month is that our founder Mihai has traveled to Italy, in Milan. He's given a speech at the Intelligent Automation Congress, more exactly at the 4th National Intelligent Congress. It's a congress organized by RPA Italy. It took place at the end of September. And actually, it was a really good. It was really good for us to be here. We managed to create some new contacts for PROCESIO, and we had the chance to actually talk about the role of intelligent automation in the current global context and how we with PROCESIO are actually contributing to this. More to come on this aspect as well, just as I've mentioned. Maybe another good thing to mention is that next week we have another event coming up. We're going to the Business Booster in Berlin, in Germany. Our founder Mihai and our CEO Marian will be there. We're going to have a booth. So if you are anywhere in Germany around Berlin, then do join us. Would love to just hang out with you, have a chat, and sit together for a laugh. Or if you'd like to tell us your automation plans, then that's exactly what we'll be there for. And that's about from my side. I think these are the main updates that I had from my side. There's another question I see here from Alex. Do you have also pre-configured templates for the save action as a template action?
Actually, that's a really good question, and I forgot to mention it. We don't have at this moment pre-configured templates, but we are aiming to build. This is, as you saw how powerful it is. I had a pre-configured action, I saved it, and I was able to reuse it in another process. We want to come with some PROCESIO defined templates, which will definitely boost all your integrations. Let's say we want to have these templates, like for instance for call API, we want these templates to act as connectors. Let's say we are going to have call APIs for Jira, Salesforce, and so forth. And definitely we are looking to bring those as soon as possible into the platform. So that's
Right.
my answer.
Exactly. I think that will be awesome to see indeed. So, yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to know if we are also going quickly through the roadmap.
Yeah, I
Here
just
is
placed
our
it now on the screen, so we can say a few words about this.
Definitely so. So from our last update, probably some of the people that were using PROCESIO already saw some new platform actions, datetime, regex validations, and so forth. We are aiming to bring more of those. We are bringing SFTP, FTP, moving files from an FTP server to another, deleting files, and so forth, and even more custom action, more platform actions into the platform. We are at the moment working on webhooks. This will enable you to trigger processes inside PROCESIO based on third-party events. An example of such events would be like, let's say someone creates a Jira ticket or something like that. When the event of creating a ticket happens, a process in PROCESIO will be triggered via webhooks. This is something that I know that a lot of you guys out there were waiting for. We are also additionally trying to come in our next sprints with a complex condition builder. Besides the fact that we are going to add new conditions such as in between, belongs to, is true or false, we are also allowing you to group those conditions and therefore create new logic. You will be able to order conditions, have subgroups, and so forth. Another important aspect on the roadmap is the local data model. At this point, we have a global data model that can be used globally in multiple processes. However, we identified the need of having a local data model that can be defined from within a process, and this component will actually enable us in making it possible to import export processes. However, the import-export processes is further down the roadmap, but this is a small component that will enable us at PROCESIO to build this. Also very important is the duplicate process. As you can see, saving templates and having duplicates of stuff will enable you to easier configure processes without using your original process. And this is also a small feature that will further down the line help us in saving processes as templates. And when we have this feature of saving processes as templates, probably we will be able to offer you guys already pre-built processes that you will be able to leverage and only partially configure those and therefore boost all your integrations. So this is what I think we have down the roadmap, high level. Webhooks and complex condition builder, we hope to be able to present it to you guys on our next meetup.
Yeah, really awesome stuff. And the webhooks feature are a big one. Many people have asked for it, and I'm really looking forward to see it as well. I think that will really boost up what we can do in PROCESIO. So yeah.
Definitely agree with you, Julian.
Yeah, awesome. So that's the roadmap, right? I think that's about it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining again. We have a chat here. If you want to ask a question last minute, then do go ahead. Otherwise, you know where to reach us. Write us on Facebook, on Twitter, and we'll get in touch. If you next month we'll be organizing again a community meetup, maybe on Zoom. We're going to follow up on this so that if you have some processes that you'd like to show us what you've built on the platform, we can do a bit of screen sharing. But I'm going to follow up on that. And in the meanwhile, I do hope that you all have a nice day forward, and let's keep in touch. See you
Thanks,
next
guys.
time. Bye
See you
bye.
next time. Bye bye.